Hey guys, welcome back. Now I'm going to prepare one of the popular South Indian layered parattas which are made with Maida or plain flour. You could also prepare it with wheat flour. It's up to you whichever you want to choose. And these parattas are normally layered, and not only layered, also it's flaky and crispy. Let's see how to do it. Come on in. So for this recipe, I'm taking 800 grams of Maida or plain flour. Add in 40 grams of granulated sugar, and this gives a hint of sweetness to parattas or Parotta. 18 grams of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Mix the dry ingredients at first before pouring water into it to make sure the salt and the sugar and the baking powder mixes up evenly. Else after you put water while making the dough, if you mix it up, it's going to be salty on one side and sugary on one side, sweet on one side, which you don't want it to be. Now I'm taking 3 eggs in a bowl and going to mix it up to add it to the dry ingredients before I add water. And egg gives color to parattas and softness. Give it a mix. Because I've already added salt to the dry ingredients, I ain't adding any salt to egg, so it's not too salty. I'm taking 300 ml of warm water. As of now, I'm taking 300 ml, and if needed, I'll be adding it later on to make a proper dough. And now add in the beaten egg. And look at that, it looks beautiful. And now give it a gentle mix. And to the dry ingredients, which we kept it ready, add in the wet ingredients. Look. Add it all and give it a mix. Adding some more warm water to make a proper dough. Actually, to prepare these parottas, it needs a lot of patience and practice. I've got my sister-in-law who has come here for vacation from Switzerland, and we're having a nice time. So got her to prepare this, and she's an expert in it. Believe me, she's an expert in it, and it comes out really well. We all are going to have a nice dinner today. At this stage, add in 40 ml cooking oil, and now if you need it, it comes together really well. And it gives a softness as well, so you feel it to be very soft. Now it's made it into proper dough, and even when pressed on, you can see how soft it is. Yeah, it's so super soft. You need to rest this dough for an hour so the result comes nice and fluffy. And so the dough doesn't go dry, just brush on oil on top of the dough. Do not skip this step. If you skip this step, the dough will become dry on top and it'll form a kind of layer which you don't want it to. And now cover it, close it with a cling film and keep it airtight so the dough doesn't dry up, and let it sit for an hour. So this needs a bit of patience. Alright, after an hour, we're gonna make it into smaller balls and then rest it again. As you can see, you don't see any dry layer of dough because of the oil which we applied it on the top. So making them into medium-sized balls, just brush some oil on top so it doesn't dry up, because we are going to rest it for another hour. So I got 16 balls out of these measurements. I can't wait for it. That is it. Make sure you just cover it up with a cling film. You could also use a wet cloth. Yeah, let's wait for it. After an hour, take the medium-sized balls, which we let it to rest, and flatten it a bit on a flat surface. Give it a roll. Not too much, just hold the rolled out parattas underneath. Your left hand goes underneath and your right hand goes on top. And now we're going to fan it to make it really thin, like a leaf. A very thin layer, and that's the magic. There. This is a bit tricky, but you get it out of practice. Let me try it out, fanning it. And make sure you hold the thicker portion for you to have a grab of it, and you can even stretch it a little bit. It needs to be see-through like that. And now dab in some oil. This is the first paratha that I'm trying to fan, and I'm happy that it's successful. My sister-in-law has trained me really well. She's very good at it. Just hold one end of it, hang it in the air like so, vertically, and now just wind it up. The other end, pop it at the bottom and give it a little squeeze like so. You can see it bubbling up, which is a good sign. And yeah, I'm really happy. Doesn't this look magical? And you can see the layers there coming out, even now. Taking the layered roll and give it a little pat. Make sure you are really nice and gentle, and taking the rolling pin, roll it up and expand it a little bit, not too much, not too thin. Make sure it's a gentle roll, so you don't want to mess up the layers. And the layers are coming up really nice and well, beautiful. Wow. And that is it. It's ready to go onto the pan. So pop it on to a hot pan. Look at that. Can you see those layers? Now drizzle some oil on top. And you can see those layers there. And spread the oil all over. Flip it over and drizzle oil on the other side. And now, as it goes a little bit brown, ready to go onto the plate. Ooh. And there is the last step which I'm going to show you, which you should not miss it out. As a final step for these parathas, you gotta sandwich it like so those layers really pop up, like you can see here. Even when it is hot, you gotta do this process to layer it up really nice and well. It's just come like in restaurants. Can you see that? Ooh, I'm so impressed. Believe you're impressed too. Look at that. So you could try these delicious Parottas at home, and do not forget to leave your feedback below. I'm 100% sure you would love it and enjoy it. these parottas go really well with salna, for which I have left the link in the description below. It's super delicious as well, and it's so yummy and mouth-watering. I don't have words to describe it. You gotta try it out. So if you like this recipe, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button and leave your comments below, and do not forget to share the link with your friends so they also could enjoy it. Thanks, bye.